Hey guys, my name is Maysam and welcome to the part 2 of creating a recycler view. In the previous video, we have created a layout file for every item that is going to be shown inside our recycler view. After that, we have created a model for different contacts that we are going to show in our recycler view. And after that, we have created this recycler view adapter class. In here, we have created the view holder, and after that this array list and also this context, but we never used this context. Also, we have created the getItemCount method and also onCreateViewHolder. As I said at the previous video, onBindViewHolder method is going to be the main method in every recycler view adapter. This method is responsible for binding different view holders that has been passed to this method to different contacts that has been saved inside this array list. As you can see, this method has two different arguments. The first of which is this view holder, which is exactly this view holder class that we have created down in here. The second one is an integer called I. Basically, this is the position of every item inside our array list. And we can use it to, let's say, set different values for every UI element and maybe set an onClick listener for every button or maybe text view, and we can do whatever with this position that we want. So to have a review of everything that is happening inside this adapter class, first of all, we are creating this view holder class, which is responsible for initializing different UI elements. Later on, in this onCreateViewHolder method, we are creating different view holders. You can see its return type is view holder. This method will pass the view holder objects to this onBindViewHolder method. And inside this method, we can use this view holder and essentially its UI elements to do whatever we want with them. For example, if we want to set the text of this name text view from inside this view holder object, we can say view holder dot. As you can see, we have access to all those elements. For example, let's say name dot set text. For its text, I can use my array list. I can say contacts dot get, and in here I can pass the position, which is this I. I can say dot get I dot get name, for example. We can do the same for the number. We can say viewHolder dot number dot set text to contacts array list dot get the ith element dot get number. As simple as that. We also have imported glide library into our project, and we can use it in order to show different images. For that, I can say glide with a capital G dot width, and here is where the context is going to be used. I need to pass that context in here. After that, I can say dot as bitmap. This image is going to be represented as a bitmap. After that, I can say dot load, and I can pass the image URL of that contact. For example, in here I can use my contacts array list once again, dot get I as the position, dot get image URL. After setting the image URL, I need to say dot into, and in here I need to pass the UI element that is going to show our image. I can say viewHolder dot image or dot image view. That's all we need to do in order to load an image from the internet by using this glide. Essentially, we are done with this method. We can also set different onClick listener for every item if we want. For example, I can say viewHolder.name dot set onClick listener, and I can pass new onClick listener. But I'm not going to pass it in here because I don't need an onClick listener for that text view. I just wanted to show you how you can do that. After creating this method, we need another method as well, and that's for setting different contacts for this adapter. So essentially that's going to be a setter method. I'm going to create that in here. Once again, I can press Alt plus Insert and I can select setter this time. I'm going to create the setter for my contacts. But it's important to notify the dataset after setting these contacts. For that, I can say notify dataset changed. This notify dataset change method will handle the changes in our recycler view. So whenever you are going to change the array list, you need to notify the dataset as well. That's all we need to do in order to have a recycler view adapter. Just to have a quick review, first of all, we have created this viewHolder class. After that, we have extended from recyclerView.adapter, which needs the recyclerView.viewHolder. After that, we have implemented these three methods on createView, on bindViewHolder, and also getItemCount. We also needed an array list of different models, different items that are going to be shown in our recycler view. And for the glide, we needed the context. We have received the context via using this constructor. It's also better to have an empty constructor in here as well. The reason for that is that sometimes this context may be null. In scenarios like that, you may want to avoid null pointer exceptions. In some cases, this empty constructor is going to be helpful. So always create an empty constructor in your recycler view adapter. Okay, that's all we need in this class. Let's close it and let's go to our main activity layout file. I'm going to change this constraint layout to relative layout just because I'm more comfortable with relative layout. I'm going to delete this text view and I'm going to create a recycler view. This one that comes from android.support.v7.widget.recyclerView. For its width and height, I'm going to say match parent, and I need an ID in here as well. Let's say recycler view. That's all we need in here. Let's just close it with a closing tag. Let's also add a padding in here as well. Let's say padding to 10 dp. Let's initialize this recycler view inside our main activity.java file. Inside the onCreate method, I can say recycler view, let's call it recycler view, is equal to find view by ID r.id.recycler view. As simple as that. After that, I need to create an instance of my recycler view adapter. I can say recycler view adapter, let's call it adapter, is equal to new recycler view adapter. Here is an important point. Right now it's happy with this constructor and you don't need to pass anything in here. At least you won't get any compile time error. And that's because we have created two different constructors for our recycler view adapter. But in order for glide to work correctly, you need to pass a context in here. And for the context, I'm going to pass this, which will refer to the current object that we are, which is an activity, which we know that every activity is a context. Okay, that's all we need to do. After that, we need to say recyclerView.setAdapter, and we need to pass our adapter. Just one last thing that we need to set for our recycler view is a layout manager. I can say recyclerView.setLayoutManager. This layout manager in here is going to set the way that our items are going to be shown inside the recycler view. For example, if we pass a new linear layout manager in here, our items would be ordered in a linear manner, and we can pass a vertical or a horizontal linear layout manager in here. For a vertical linear layout, we just need to pass the context, which is this. But if you want it horizontally, you can say recyclerView.horizontal. This one in here. After that, we need to pass false as well. This third element in here, as you can see its name, is for reverse layout. It means that if you pass true, the items would be reversed. We don't need that, so I'm going to pass false in here. Instead of a linear layout manager, you can also pass new grid layout manager. Let's see that as well. Grid Layout Manager is useful, for example, when you want to show different columns for your items. For example, in here I need to pass the context and after that the number of columns, for example 3. If I pass this Grid Layout Manager in here like this, it will show my items in 3 different columns. I don't need any of these, I'm just going to pass a simple linear layout. Let's say new linear layout manager and let's pass this as the context. Right now it will be vertically ordered. After setting an adapter and also a layout manager for your recycler view, you need to set the array list for your adapter. And the way you do that is by creating a new array list of, for example, contacts. Let's call it contacts. You can add different contacts to this array list. For example, let's add a couple. I can say contacts.add. Let's say new contact. I need a name, a number, and also an image URL. For example, let's add Bradley Cooper in here as a new contact. Let's say Bradley Cooper. For its number, I'm going to pass a random number. And for the image URL, I'm going to pass an image URL that I received from the internet. Make sure that your image URLs end with an extension like .jpeg or maybe .png. If they don't have that kind of extension, they probably wouldn't be shown inside your recycler view. Okay, let's add one more. For the second contact, let's add Social Ronan. For its number, once again, let's add a random number. And for the image URL that I have copied from the internet. Okay, I think these two are enough. After creating this contacts array list, I can pass it to my adapter. I can say adapter.setContacts and I can pass my contacts array list. That's all we need to do. We just need to add the internet permission in order to load these different image URLs. We can do that in our manifest file. In here I can say uses permission and I can say internet. Just before I test my application, I'm going to ask to subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading new contents every day, and also hit that like button if you like this video. It's going to help a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, let's test our application. As you can see, our recycler view are showing 2 different contacts. It just needs some modification. For example, between these 2 different contacts, I'm going to put a margin in order to see them better, and the place to do that is inside our recycler view list item. In here, for the parent card view, I'm going to say margin, let's say 10. Let's run it once again. This time you can see different contacts better. And also you can see these 2 attributes as well. The first one, card elevation, is giving some 3D shape to our card view. And also card corner radius is giving some corner radius to every item inside our recycler view. If you want, you can also make these 2 images circular. For that, I need to come in here and create a card view. Let me quickly create that. Card view, wrap content and wrap content for the width and height. For the corner radius, I can say 75 dp. If you want your card view to be circular, this corner radius needs to be exactly half the width and height of the card view. But you need to set another attribute as well, and that's Android column shape. We need to set it to ring. After creating this card view, we can move our image view to inside that card view. Let's quickly do that. But now that we have moved this image view inside the card view, these 2 text has been misplaced. We need to change this to right of attribute to right of our card view. But for that, we need to give an ID to our card view. Let's say card view for the ID. And let's change this image to card view. Also, we need to do the same for this one as well. Also, if you want, you can add some margin for this card view, or maybe a padding, let's say 10 dB. Okay, let's run our application. This time you can see that the images has been circular. If you have multiple contacts that don't fit on one screen, you can scroll over your recycler view and you can see different items. And also, as I mentioned before, you can also set different listeners for each one of these UI elements that you want. For example, you can give an ID to this whole card view and later on set an onClick listener for it inside the recycler view adapter, inside the onBind view holder method, and maybe navigate the user to another activity. Okay, that's it for this video. Just before I finish off this video, I'm going to ask you one more time to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm uploading new contents every day. And also hit that like button. If you like the video, it's going to help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I have 100 more hours of content like this in the format of a course on my website. To this day, 30,000 students have enrolled in the course, and I believe if you want to learn Android app development in a professional manner, you would check the course at meiCode.org. Besides Android app development, there are a lot more courses from me and other professional instructors on the website, like Java, Python, hacking, and different kind of marketing, which you can check if you are interested. See you guys in the next video.